Hey guys, and welcome to another video. Let's stick with AMC for a little bit. Today I'd like to cover time to conversion report because it's really easy to use, and in a short period of time you'll get information on how much time it usually passes after your visitors last seen your ad to when they actually made a purchase. So stay with me. Just navigate on the left to your Amazon Marketing Cloud console and you will be presented with a home screen. Now there's already included time conversion in the center of the screen, but it's only for the last 7 days. So let's go and create something with the bigger data range. Go to the use cases, then type time to conversion. That was obvious. Okay, time to conversion. And then you will see this screen. I like to name every report that we create with the date and then what's the report and what's the date range. I select the last 90 days for this account because I want to capture what was happening in the last 90 days. The more data, the better, at least in this case. Then just navigate here and click submit. Once you do that, you will be presented with an Excel sheet that looks a little bit confusing like this. But it's nothing serious really. So first here you will see your brand name, then you will see the campaign ID string, and this like a time to conversion, but it's a little bit messy. What it actually means, it was pretty confusing for me at the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, up to 9. That's like the rating from the lowest to highest. Highest is 7+ days in this occasion, and the lowest is less than 1 minute. Then you have the purchases column, which are the actual purchases of the advertised ASIN. And then total brand purchases include the sales from the advertised ASIN and the brand halo sales. Brand halo sales are the sales that happened. For example, somebody bought the other products, not the actual advertised one, but for example, advertised one plus a few others that you have to offer. Now, to get things a little bit more clear, what I like to do, I have created this little template. It's it's fairly easy. So just I added one additional column called clean time to conversion, where I just stripped these numbers to have a little bit cleaner data, which allows me to do some basic pivot tables to better understand the data. Now what I like to do here is just I have a pivot table, again, pretty simple. As I said, AMC for the majority of you is so simple to use, so don't be afraid to actually try it. I'm really pushing everybody to use it as much as they can. So here what we have is a sorted table. So how many purchases happen in less than a minute, one in the first 10 minutes, first 2 hours, and on, and the visual representation of that. So you can see here, as I've seen for several of the accounts, majority of sales actually happen in the first, I don't know, 2-3 hours. Here you can sum it up if you like, but here roughly we can see that in the first day, 60 or even 70% of purchases happen. That's pretty interesting data. For example, if you're spending money on, for example, retargeting for people who already viewed your product, and you use the date range of 30 days, that most of the cases doesn't make much sense. If this is the case, that majority of them actually buy in the first few hours of seeing you, of last seeing your ad. Having said that, it's based on the last clicked ad, which is also important. So there can be a case that when they, for example, they may have seen your product elsewhere. Like it could be seventh time that they seen your last ad, and after the seeing your last ad, they decided to buy it. So it could be that they made a decision to buy a product and then went on Amazon, searched your product, and your ad came up and they clicked the ad. So yes, that can be the case and a little bit misleading, but still for this account, I went ahead and compared also through Amazon Marketing Cloud. What's the difference between the first click attribution and last click attribution, and you can then compare the difference. And for this, it was insignificant difference in conversions between first click and last click. So I can now see that majority of sales happen in the first few hours, And that's something that I need to have in mind, that once I have the intention of the buyer, I have really, I need to make them buy as quick as possible. So do not navigate. So my offer really needs to be pretty good. This can be different if your product is more expensive. This price of this product is around $30, but if it's something higher, then most probably people will think more when buying. So take also that context into consideration. Uh, it was a nice and short video. Let me know if you have any comments or questions, and I'll be glad to answer them. Bye bye, guys.